In this Star Wars Battlefront 2 video, I will be sharing with you the top 10 tips you need to know if you are a new player. You will immediately get better at the game with all of these tips, but before we do take a look at them, make sure you do subscribe to this channel so you won't miss any future Battlefront 2 videos. Firstly, I've seen far too many new players exclusively use first person. You need to use third person for better awareness. Almost everyone that plays this game plays in third person. Sure, first person is more cinematic and immersive and it's great, and you can use it whenever you want, but if you really want to get it better, you need to use third person. You can see around your character, especially on the sides of the screen, you can just see far more. You just have way more situational awareness. Plus, you can also peek corners without exposing your body, so you can see down this corridor without exposing yourself, whereas in first person, someone could be pre-aiming you and you wouldn't know. On PC, you are able to change the field of view with the FOV slider, so you can see even more of your surroundings. It is also just easier to move and roll around the map in various areas across the game with third person. The game does allow you to easily switch between the two, so it's pretty simple to do. So on console, just hold down on the D-pad to switch between first and third person. You can also tap it to swap shoulders between left and right in third person as well. And the same can be said on PC. Holding C by default does change the perspective, and simply pressing the C key will let you change shoulders. Another really simple thing to do that can be done before you even enter a game is customize your settings. There are just so many that you can change to make the game feel more comfortable to you. For example, most people turn off motion blur, filmic effects, film grain and lens distortion for a cleaner image, and it's just way better that way. I've been using these settings since before the game even came out. The HUD is also extremely customizable, much more than a lot of other games, especially for a game that did come out a long time ago. There are elements on the HUD that can be completely turned off or relocated to your choosing. Even some elements have different looks to them. I just recommend tweaking whatever you want to see if you want more visual clutter or not to help you aid with your either immersion or getting better with the game. You can also change the colours of some elements such as the crosshair colour, which I definitely recommend changing to green. That's just, in my opinion, personally, the one that stands out the most in the majority of maps, and I've been using that since before the game even came out. It is all personal preference though, and the same can be said about sensitivity. There are a bunch of different values for different parts of the game, just change to whatever you feel comfortable. Definitely recommend using instant action or arcade if you don't want to go online and start changing sensitivities. Just use the offline modes and see what works best for you. Now you are all set to get in the game, you need to learn the classes. There are 4 base classes in the game: Assault, Heavy, Officer and Specialist. Let's start with Assault. It's just the overall all-round fighter that's good for just jumping in straight away for aggressive play at short and medium range. Heavy, however, is the one that you are going to need to do objectives. It's more durable and great for holding down various choke points or taking out objectives. Whether you are using the combat shield or the sentry, you can really change the tide of the battle more so than many other units in the game. If you really want to be the ultimate team player in objective-based game modes, this is the class to use. You absolutely need to play the objective, otherwise your team is not going to win and you won't get more credits and level up more. Use the Heavy class to take out objectives. Meanwhile, Officer allows you to buff allies, which is also good for team support, so if you are working on an objective, for example, you're pushing a corridor, you can really help all of your teammates that are all close together and buff them. You can also win a lot of battle points with the Officer class as well, which is good for grabbing a hero or a reinforcement if you are competent with them. But don't just abuse the Officer class to get a hero and then die quickly, because you've just wasted your own battle points and the team's time. The Specialist class is the Sniper class, and you can really deal a lot of damage from range, taking out so many enemies thanks to the incredible snipers available at your disposal. Once you've found a class that really suits your playstyle, focus on leveling that up and make sure you use those skill points to actually level up your star cards. I've seen a lot of people forget they have skill points from leveling up their class and have not been upgrading their star cards. Speaking of star cards, you need to equip them thoughtfully because they enhance your character in general, but also abilities specifically. So if you aren't a fan of one of the abilities or you want to swap out an ability basically, then you definitely need to pick the star cards that you think works best for you. As you are new to the game, you won't have all the star cards unlocked or leveled up, so you need to focus on survivability star cards and ones that have utility over offense. You need to focus on winning matches with your team. There are so many star cards that help you get better at playing the objective and winning games. definitely make use of those over than just trying to get easier kills. I will also say that there are actually a bunch of star cards that are bugged and busted that don't actually work properly. If people are interested, I'll make a video on those because not many people know some of the upgraded star cards are actually worse than lower leveled star cards. This game just has bugs like that. Next up is the #1 way to absolutely level up your classes. So you need to play co-op. It's a great way to learn all of Battlefront in a multiplayer environment, because even though you are fighting only AI, it's still better than playing offline. There are some really grueling battles that can go on. Playing co-op allows you to learn the maps that are played in multiplayer. Plus you can not only just learn the various base 4 trooper classes, but also reinforcements and heroes. You'll gain so much XP and credits as well, as opposed to just playing offline. Ultimately, all of the work that you do in co-op helps you get better at multiplayer by leveling up all of your classes, getting star cards and such. It's just the way forward. And you can pair this with the next tip, which is make use of bonus XP days. For so many new players that have just purchased the game, they don't know about the weekly events that have been ongoing for the past few years. Even though the game has not received any content updates in over 5 years, there are still weekly events. For example, every single Wednesday there is the midweek boost event, which is triple XP for all progression in the game. So you will just earn everything so much quicker by playing triple XP Wednesdays. And if you pair that with co-op, it's just a recipe for success. You will honestly be so shocked just how much quicker you rank up your base trooper classes, your reinforcements, your heroes. It's just a great way to rank everything up and get better at the game. Triple XP starts at 1 minute past midnight CET on Wednesday and concludes 30 hours later at 6 AM on Thursday CET. Meanwhile, on Saturdays and Sundays, there is the weekend boost. So there's double XP. It's not as good as triple XP, but still most people can play on the weekends. It starts at 6 AM Saturday CET and ends at 1 minute to midnight Sunday CET. Those aren't the only events in the game though, because on Mondays there is the fast spawn event where all spawn timers are set to just 1 second long, so this allows for getting back into the action much quicker. On Fridays there is the battle point event, which reduces the battle point cost of all reinforcements and increases how many reinforcements can be used at any given time in a match. If you are new to the game and you just want to learn reinforcements, this is a much better way to learn them outside of co-op. Another tip I want to give about game modes is explore the different game modes in the game, because almost everyone, the majority of Battlefront players, only play Supremacy for the most part, or Heroes vs Villains. But you need to try other game modes, because with the game being so popular right now with so many new players, and returning players too, all of the game modes are populated, even Heroes Starfighter, which has not been populated for years now. Another thing is Galactic Assault. It's a 40-player large-scale game mode which is tucked away in a sub-menu, and a lot of veterans prefer this over Supremacy. New players, you need to get on Galactic Assault if you haven't already. Plus, there are a bunch of smaller game modes like Blast, which is effectively just team deathmatch, so if you want to focus on trooper gameplay without the worry of focusing on objectives, and just a smaller game mode in general, then head on over to Blast. Or if you want some objective stuff but still a smaller game mode, play Extraction. And of course, if you want an even smaller hero combat game mode, then there's Hero Showdown. And a bonus, Ewok Hunt. It might surprise you, but it's a great way to earn a lot of credits, more than any other game mode pretty much. So I highly recommend playing Ewok Hunt for credits if you do want to get some skins. When you play various game modes, you need to stick with your squad. When you join a game, you'll be put into a squad, and you can spawn on them. Not just spawning on them is a good thing, but also sticking with them. Fight with your virtual brothers in the game. Instead of spawning far away from the objective, spawn on a teammate, give them a hand. It reduces the time to action so much, and is definitely worth doing. Unless they are really far away from the objective and not playing the objective, don't spawn on them, spawn on someone else. You also need to use your battle points wisely. Save your battle points for units or heroes that you are comfortable with. Don't just pick a brand new hero that you have never used before. You can use reinforcements to earn some battle points back, same with heroes, though you do earn battle points at a reduced rate as opposed to a trooper class. Sometimes picking a reinforcement for a certain situation is just a better choice than picking a hero that you aren't very good with. Just don't rush into being a hero all the time, because you could just waste them and get eliminated quickly, and then, you know, you've wasted 4,000 battle points. Speaking of rushing into playing heroes, don't rush into them physically when you are playing the game, because heroes are so powerful. They will take out new players that are just standard troopers. So if you see one that's coming towards you, maybe go a different direction and avoid them so you can stay alive and focus on the objective. Or if you really have to, throw everything you have at them, all of your abilities and such, to deal as much damage as possible. Don't just rush into a gunfight with a hero, because the odds are you probably aren't going to take them down, and they are just going to take you out, earn more health back, and it was a waste of a life. Comment down below your favourite tip from this video, what helped you the most, and if you did find this video to be helpful, please do drop a like. Subscribe so you don't miss any future Star Wars Battlefront 2 videos, and if you did miss any of my previous videos, click on the playlist on screen right now, and I shall see you in my next video. Goodbye.